there's there's no shame in taking care of your mental health. There is no shame in taking care of your mental health. If you ask me, men's mental health should be mainstream. To what it do, man? It's your boy Evans, man. Welcome to another episode of Evans Talk. Um, don't forget if you haven't subscribed to my channel, man. Subscribe to my channel, help me out. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that little bell so when I upload every time you get a notification. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Evans for real. Nah, man. So today's episode is about mental health, and men's mental health, right? So in the month of June, in the honor of month of June, is men's mental health. For those who doesn't know, but I'm gonna talk about that later down the line of the video. And I wrote down some notes. To my old viewers, you guys know that I like to write down notes so I don't forget. So I can hit every point that I want. So let's talk about mental health. So mental health is something that um, it doesn't discriminate whether you're black, white, brown, purple, red, blue, whatever color it is. It doesn't discriminate because why? We all have a mind. We all have expectations on ourselves and social expectation and culture expectation or spiritual expectation, and we hold ourselves to a very high standard, and which is good, but it can be very dangerous, right? We hold ourselves in this standard, excuse me, and then when we don't meet those standards, we feel like we are a loser or we're not capable, right? That's why setting goals could be good and bad, because God forbid you don't meet that goal, then how do you view yourself? So I like to open up about, you know, things that we can say to each other, things that we cannot say to each other, because you never know, right? So words like, oh, he or she is suicidal, crazy, weirdo, wacko, a nutcase, or psycho. We need to be careful how, or a loser, or lame, or not gonna be nothing. We need to be careful in what we say to people, because somebody who is not showing any sign of mental illness on the outside doesn't mean that they are not going through that on the inside. A lot of us, right, including myself, that have struggled with mental illness, nobody around us will know that at this point in time, Evans or John or whoever it is are going through this time of their life, which is breaking them apart and eating them apart on the inside. Because what? They're smiling, they're in the gym, they are laughing, they're on social media posting stories, but on the inside, right, it's killing them. So imagine you going through something and you were doing a very good job of hiding it, and then somebody comes and call you a psychopath, or you weird, or you quiet, you lame. And although that's what they may perceive of you, but that's not who you are. You are not those labels. Reason why I'm saying that we need to be careful on what we say about one another. Now, mental health can come and attack somebody in a lot of ways. Overthinking can lead to that. Financial anxiety, thinking that at this age or at this era in your life you're supposed to have X amount of money in your bank account. And yes, although money is very important, it is, but giving yourself that notion that you're supposed to have this kind of money in your bank account at this age or this time of your life, and then you don't have it. Now, the way you look at yourself start to be questionable to you. And oftentimes it's not even the outside people that are thinking this way about you, that you are a failure or you are not good enough. Not saying it doesn't happen, but oftentimes it's not. It's us because we have set this bar, this expectation on us, and then God forbid something happened, we don't reach it. You know, we start to question our very own existence and our importance. And what do we add to society, to our family, to our lives, to our friends, etc. Now, when it comes to cultural, in a sense, people. This is why social media is so dangerous. You know, ain't nothing worse than you feel like you're not doing enough, and then you go on social media. The first thing you see on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, or Snapchat is somebody that's way younger than you driving a Ferrari. Somebody who way younger than you owning multiple real estates. And you sitting there at 27, 28, 29, while this person's like 21, and you just feel like nothing. You know, I saw this thing. It was one of my friends posted it online, and he said that comparison is a thief of joy. Going on social media and comparing what you are doing and where you're supposed to be with somebody is the worst place to go. And the things that people don't think about is that these celebrities or these people that we think have all going on together, we forget that people only post the good part. People only post the good part. No one's gonna post when their account is on negative. No one's gonna post when they have to live with their mom in their late 20s. No one's gonna post when they're struggling. People are always gonna post the positive to always hide that insecurity. Because everybody have insecurity. I don't care if you have $1 billion, you have something that is eating you up. Or potentially, if it goes wrong, it will eat you up. Right? In this month of June, men's mental health, I just felt like I need to take some time to talk about how hard it is in society for men. Men who want to be good, men who are good men who are good fathers and brothers and sons and uncles, godfathers and students and whatever. Men who just want to be able to protect the people they love, and even if they can, people from the outside. Now, with culture and tradition, you know, it has become a thing that, like, you know, men, we are supposed to be this way. That showing sign of vulnerability and weakness isn't masculine. Crying is a sign of weakness, and many men don't have the strength to show their vulnerability and weakness and tears because of how society have made it. And men are supposed to be strong and be supposed to have this amount of money. And yes, it is the man's job to protect and provide for the family. But if the man is not doing it in a way that society deems him to be doing, then he's looked less than. A lot of men spend hours and days in the gym to get strong and change your body in a certain way, because in society that's unacceptable. If he weighs 300 pounds and up, or if he, a big boy, a big man. Thus, when it comes to other side of things, women, there's more leniency on women. Love them for them, and they're beautiful, and this plus size is just beautiful. But when it comes to men, you know, it's not like that. We are expected to not show too many weakness, and it will be used against us, right? So all of that putting together, a man feel like he has to always be on top of his toes, and like when things doesn't work out, I'm sorry, when things doesn't work out, they feel worse. That's why the suicidal rate um, between men and women, men lead in suicidal rates. Men lead when it comes to depression. And me saying this, I don't want any viewer to feel like I'm taking away the struggles of women. That's not what I'm talking about. We're talking about June, the month of men's mental health. And we deserve to shed light on the men and men alone and what society can do to make things better for men. Now I wrote some stuff down of how to help a man if you have a brother, you have a father, you have an uncle. What to do to help the man, because you never know what your father is going through. You never know what your brother, what your uncles are going through. You think that all they do is just go to work, come home, laugh, and hee ha ha, and they're okay. So I wrote, making a man feel like they are enough, that their efforts are appreciated, goes a long way, ladies. And to the men too, and to the young boys who are young and have an older figure in their life, whether it be a father or uncle, whoever, showing them that you appreciate what they're doing. Let them know that, hey, look, thank you for fixing that light, in the kitchen, man. Thank you so much. We couldn't have done it without you. It doesn't have to be true. By boasting his ego up and letting him know that he is important in that house, in that workspace, in that team. Very, very important. Making a man feel like he is loved and respected. And I feel like every man will agree with me when I say that, it's much more important for men to feel respected. Because you could be loved. You can love somebody and still disrespect them. But respect, is very, very, very important for men. Showing that you respect him. Showing him that, what he brings to the family, what he brings to the table, his reasons for things and his rules for the house, and making him feel like he is alpha of the house. In the right way, not in an abusive, tyrant way, but a man that obviously shows respect to his wife and kids and to his family, to everybody around them, making him know that his character and everything that he's doing is respected and is appreciated. And all of that will make the man feel like he can be vulnerable. It'll make him feel like, you know what? Since my family and the people around me is making me feel more relaxed, I don't have to be on high alert. Because let me tell you something that goes on through man's mind. And men have a very masculine battlefield mentality. Not in the sense of physically, but in the sense of I must always be on point. Physically, my body must always look strong. Mentally, I must always look strong. Even on my face, I must always look like I cannot be messed with. So that the enemy don't smell any weakness around me. Because when the enemy smells a weakness around me, I'm done for. So now when the man in the family, feels like, I come home and I go to work, I don't always have to feel like I have to put on this persona, then he'll be more receptive to be more compassionate and be more sensitive towards his kids and his wife and the people around him, to be more available, to be able to showcase his emotions and his fears more. And then him showing his vulnerability, his fears, and his weakness, showing it out there, knowing that there's people around him, then that can be solved. But if all of that is in him and he's battling down by himself and trying to keep all his fears and worries at bay, he goes out to the world, it's a whole different story, trying to keep all of that at bay. He's not God. He's going to break. He's a man. And his strength is just by so much. Right? So, again, in the honor of men's mental health, man, that's something that we all should think about. To appreciate the men who are trying to get things done, to appreciate the men who are there, to appreciate the men who shows up, to appreciate the men who make things happen. And I believe that, is going to be a different story in the culture and tradition in our families. It'll be a different story in how your father approaches you and how you approach your father, and husband and wives, and etc. Again, if you made it to this video, thank you so much. God bless you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and leave your comments, man. Anything that anybody feels that, should be made to make men's mental health easier, tell me. If something that I've said that you don't agree with or want to add on, let me know. Let's have a conversation. Again, don't forget to follow me on IG at Evans Acosta for real. And love the men. Men are very important. Men are very important. I don't care what society is saying. Men are very important. Men, our voice matters. Men, our decision matters. That's why when there's not a man in a house, the kids are more likely to be in prison. The kids are more likely to make the wrong decisions. Man, you are important. I don't care what society is telling you. Men, you are important. You are appreciated. You are God's gift. You are God creation. God made men first. You are very important to the world. You are very important to God. You are very important to your kids. You are very important to society, to your community, to the future. What you do now, man, is going to affect everything else tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow and beyond that until Christ come back. So don't forget, we love you, man. The world loves you, even if it's not said enough. And most importantly, man, your maker who made you, who created heavens and the earth, who exists outside of time. He loves you and he died for you. So again, thank you for so much for staying tuned. Staying this long to finish the video. Thank you so much and God bless you.